20 on me, case emergency. Ain't no cap in my rap. Real I know it's the truck. More profit mean extra. Emerald white out full of pressure. That cereal milk smoking right. But that Obama rent some special. Kansas City, I'm a chief. Shout out to K5 on new one. Country thuggin', I was hustling. I always had it on me. Booming like OJ the Juice. Till a nigga told on me. From now on, it's relentless. Ain't no love, we ain't friendly. If she want me on him. No the law, she get the business. No the law, still the motto. Empire.
Hello. Welcome in. This is Birds of a Feather podcast with your boy Qcity.
Your boy Taj Bravado.
And this is the betting pod for week 10. We're going to look at how we did last week, check out some props that we're placing this week, and then the games for last week and next week. So come along with us. Let's see how we do. So Taj, my man, you came into last week 6-7, right? Had two props, both looked like they were gonna hit, but we ended the week 1-1. So that first one, Bijan over 58.5, didn't cash, but the Pitts over 41.5 receiving yards did. I can't say that you was on the wrong side of them. You know what I'm saying? What'd you think, man?
I just think it was just. I'm just gonna take Arthur Smith's word and say it was just the flow of the game. Algier had the high hand, but that high hand ruined my little parlay. But it's okay.
He
It's
did
not
have a
okay
hot
because
hand, especially on that last drive.
yeah, he did, but it's sometimes it's just he just needed 8 yards. Like it's just 8.
I know it. I know it. Those are always the tough ones. I think me going into this week, I was at 18-17, right above 500, and a 2-3 week got me at 20-20. So like Jesse Bates didn't get the pick, Danielle Hunter didn't get the sack. Surprisingly, we only gave up one sack, and the total yards for Bijan 90.5 didn't cash, but the Koo 6.5 kicking points did, and the Heineke 1.5 passing touchdowns taking the under there did. And I just mean those were kind of like basically gimme ones. I think the Jesse Bates one was a little optimistic, and once the game changed, the Hunter sack didn't really factor in as much. But that Bijan not hitting, it just didn't sit right with me. I swore he was going to,
Yeah, it felt like it. It felt like
especially
it, but
earlier in the game.
this week it's Bijan's first game in Arizona, so where he's from. So
And I'm not
maybe
gonna lie to you, I can't kick the Bijan totals because like it's in my week again.
yeah, mine too. It got to hit. At some point, it has to hit.
And we talk all the time about chasing bets, but like it never fails. It never fails, man. Like,
Yeah,
so going into this week, right? I see here you got Bijan over 55.5 rushing. We talked about this on the pod that you definitely see this as they don't really have over playmakers on defense. If Bijan has a homecoming, he should be able to get he should be able to rack up the rushing total this week, right?
he should. In theory, he should. If as long as Arthur Smith doesn't Arthur Smith, he should do what he does.
Yeah, I think I'm staying away from Bijan anytime touchdowns for a while, just because it seems as though he's got to break a long one to get into the end zone.
Yeah, because anything inside the 5, he ain't seen the ball.
Now, this Heineke one, tell me what you're thinking about this one. Heineke over 12.5 rushing. Walk me through your thinking there.
It's just like the past 2 games he's been in. Like he's good to bust a pretty decent scramble. Um, because I think he hit like a 13-yard scramble last week and probably one of equal or maybe a little shorter the week before. So it just because he's not going to stay in that pocket to take that sack, and I think that's probably one of the main reasons Ritter got benched because his propensity for sacks. But that's another conversation.
No,
How do
I
you?
agree there. I think that Ritter kind of stays in the pocket a little too long.
Yeah,
And I think that might just be like a processing thing where he's trying
yeah,
to go through his progressions and taking a while. Heineke seems to be like one read, two read. If it's not there, take off.
yeah. Heineke gonna get up out of there. It won't be on the design run. It's gonna be on a scramble. So that's my thought process with that. Is just if a couple reads ain't there, he's not gonna wait for the sack. He's gonna get up out of there.
That seems to make sense. And I think that I think the good reasoning there. But you're also hitting on two tight end bets. You think he's going to be able to control passing the ball as well. So you got John New for over 27 and a half and Kyle Pitts for over 34 and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
Because Alden Smith likes to run this offense through the tight ends. Whether it be mostly it's been Janu. Janu is like second on our team in receptions and like first in yards, I think.
mm-hmm.
And then Pitts, and then like London. I'm not sure how much they're gonna lean on him this week, coming back from that groin injury. So
It's really fast back from a groin injury, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, because he left in the fourth quarter of the Tennessee game, and then
Mm-hmm.
sort of all week last week. So I mean, his game is
It
not
just
too explosion based, but it's still we'll see.
it seemed to me like it with the bye week coming up, it made a lot more sense to just go ahead and let him miss this week and get the bye. So like
Yeah, yeah, that's my thought process on it.
regardless of like you're not gonna be out of the division after this week. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Win or lose. So it's just like home stretch, you could be able to keep him.
yeah, yeah, that's my thought process, but. mm, You'll see, but with him, I'm not so. He might be out there more as just like a decoy. So I'm expecting because Kyle Pitts, he's both of these players that I picked, they're capable of getting those yards in one catch.
True, true.
So, and Heineke, he's going to take them shots. So, I think those are safe bets. It's nothing crazy, just 34 and 27 yards, and I think that John and Pitts have both got that in just about every game.
For the most part,
Yeah,
Pitts is tracking to about an 800-yard season, so that's right on. That's right on line.
yeah.
I think for me, I was so I didn't have Pitts or Janu, but I did have one on Heineke and Bijan. So the Bijan for his total yards, the 80 and a half, I took the over there. Um, Same mindset. I think he's gonna pop one. Um, like I said, I'm kind of staying away from anytime touchdowns just because of the type of offense we've seen to have inside of the red zone. And then Heineke for his interceptions, 0.5. I took the over, right? So, like, I think he's going to throw a pick this game. Why? Because he's him.
He's
You know what I'm
reckless.
saying? Like,
That's who he is.
like when I text you and he was just like, bro, like, this is what he does. Like,
Yeah, you were like, I
um,
can't believe he did. I said, this is who he is, man. Like,
so, I mean, that's pretty simple. Definitely hitting on Koo because he's been basically a workhorse for me in terms of betting. The 1.5 field goals, I'm taking the over. Do I think he'll hit two field goals this game? Absolutely.
okay,
Our offense stagnates in the red zone, so like we're gonna need to walk away with points.
yeah, no, yeah, sounds about right. Because
Now,
our
because it
inability
let
to.
me, oh, go ahead.
Oh, go no good. You said because of what you what?
No, I'm saying because it let me bet on London, the 45 and a half receiving yards was kind of low based on his season average since he started coming on. His first two games was but then he started coming on. He's cleared 46 damn near every week. And so I was like, hey, if you're playing, I kind of want to go with you. Based mainly because like they're kind of using him as a possession receiver. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to rack up 6, 7 catches. So even if the yardage total isn't super high, I'm betting on the fact that like you'll have enough volume to offset like to offset um low yardage. Like if you get 6 catches, you're not going to get 6 catches in 14 yards. You're going to get 6 catches in 35, 40, 45
Yeah,
yards. So like I see him passing 45 and a half.
I can see that. Yeah. I can see that.
That's my risky one though.
I like it though. Um, I wouldn't take it just because he's coming off the injury, but he is pretty since like you said since week 2 he's been pretty much guaranteed to be over that number. So
Yeah,
in
he's
theory,
he's
in theory, it's a good bet. So I like it.
yeah. And then my one for the other team, Kyler, total passing and rushing, 248.5. I'm taking the under on that.
Yeah,
Not because Kyler's not a good quarterback
it's his
or
first game back.
it's his first game back, and our defense is pretty good. They've
Yeah,
had some
but
breakdowns, but like our
back to
defense is
back
pretty good.
weeks. So I mean, let's see. Let's see.
You know, like we will see. We will see. I'm betting on the mix of Kyler first game back and our defense kind of needing to return to form after, you know,
Yeah.
this is 3 weeks in a row you're seeing a mobile quarterback that you haven't seen before, that you have like very little tape on and whatnot. Kyler kind of has the most tape, but like you don't know how Kyler looks coming back from an injury, what his propensity to run is, et cetera, et cetera. So like if Kyler gets off on him, I'm thinking it's getting off in the passing game rather than is breaking contain and running the ball. But
Well, I think it's a safe bet purely just because James Conner was activated off the injury reserve and I believe he's playing tomorrow. And I
mhm.
think they're gonna lean on him. So I think that bet's pretty safe.
So coming in 20 and 20 for this week. We'll check back in next week. Taj, you sitting at 7 and 8. We'll check back in this week. Hey, look, man, going for 5-0 and 4-0 weeks right here. You know what I'm saying? Got to turn this around.
Yes.
The same cannot be said for how we are betting on games. So, bro,
Ooh.
came into the season, came into this week. I mean, I was 3-6. You was 1-3.
Yeah, it was
It
bad.
got absolutely no better this week, bro. So, we'll go through yours. The first one you got money line versus the Vikings. Falcons, obviously. Yeah, we lost that one. You know what I'm saying? We discussed that at length in the pod. So we ain't got to go that one. But one you lost was the only one I won. You had Miami money line against KC, right?
Mm. Yeah,
That
man.
one.
Uh,
The crazy part is that game wasn't close, and then it really, really was.
yeah. First, it was a game of two halves.
And I feel like KC just built up enough of a cushion to go ahead and be able to finish that game out. But they were shut down in the second half.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then your last one was the one that I told you about forever and ever. You had Seattle money line against
We
Baltimore.
ain't even got to talk about that one. We can just move on to the next one, man. Let's just go ahead. That was bad.
Yeah.
37-3. That was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, like Lamar doesn't lose to them, bro. He doesn't.
The Seahawks is a good team. I just didn't.
No.
Uh,
And Washington is far out there, bro. Like they were traveling to Baltimore.
hey man, still.
I just none of that made sense, bro. But I so you 0-3 week. I can't say much better. So I had you taking the money lines. I was taking the spreads. I had KC 1.5 versus Miami. They very close to blowing that. But
Yeah.
basically, they KC was able to hold on to it in the second half. Uh, but the one you told me about that I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to hear, Arizona 11.5 versus Cleveland, bro.
I told you.
Bro. So if you haven't learned my betting style by now, like I like to see I like to see big numbers, double digit underdogs, and 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna go for it because just like these are NFL teams, right? These are big numbers, and usually they're at like a 55% hit rate. This season, every double digit one that I've had, I haven't had one hit.
But in your defense, I don't think you was expecting Deshaun Watson to play either.
That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it changes the trajectory of the game, right? So when I made that bet, I was under the impression PJ Walker was playing. By the time the line dropped drastically, like or not dropped, like it went up actually. So like Arizona, I think it was like 14 and a half once they found out Deshaun was playing, which probably should have been a red flag to me. But
Yeah.
regardless, the bet was already in. There's nothing you could really do there. And then that last one, New York, bro, New York 3.5 versus the Chargers, man. Like, I don't know what made me bet on New York's anemic offense, but like they're so bad. Like Zach Wilson is so bad, bro. And like I was betting on the fact that the defense would keep them in the game and Justin Herbert would have another one of his fraud moments. But like the deep there's nothing a defense can really do when your quarterback literally goes three and out. What was it, 7 or 8 straight drives in a row?
Yeah, it was bad.
Like is there's only so much your defense can do. I think that side note. Did you hear what Brandon Staley said about his defense turning the corner?
I did not.
Bro, he was like, yeah, defensively, we're coming together in the last couple weeks. And I was like, I heard it and I was like, yeah, this dude's a fraud or whatever. And then, he was kind of like rattling off a couple little stats or whatever. And but then I thought about it. Do you know who they played in the last 2 weeks?
Nobody.
Tyler Badgett and Zach Wilson. Like, you can't say your defense is coming up if you play literally the 31st and 32nd ranked quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
And you're just like, you're trying to gas yourself up off what, bro? But regardless, I ended the week 1 and 2. So I'm 4-8 on the season. You 1-6. But we're gonna get it turned around this week, right?
Yeah.
I got faith in this. Gonna get it turned around this week. So you got Falcons money line versus the Cards. We already talked about that in the pod. You got Jags money line versus the Niners. What's pushing you toward Trevor, man?
I feel like the Jags is a hot team. The Niners are on a 2-game skid. They could be trying to get right, but I just feel like Jacksonville's gonna, show people that they're for real.
I agree there. I don't think Jacksonville's defense is like absolutely elite like the Niners, but I feel like they're above average, and I feel like Purdy is average. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like Trevor's elite. I don't think that's a bad bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to take Trevor versus the Niners defense or Purdy versus the Jags defense, even though the Niners defense is really, really good, I'm still taking Trevor there. So that makes sense. Now you took Vikings money line versus the Saints. Is that you want them down in the division, or do you truly think that they're gonna like win that game?
Well, you got JJ that's coming back. And I think the Vikings have a good enough defense. I'm still not impressed with the Saints. It could be a little just hope, but I do think the Vikings can win this game.
I agree with you there. I think offensively they're going to have a lot more to showcase there, right? My main hope was for like why I really was mad about the Vikings loss is that JJ wasn't back yet. Dobbs wasn't familiar with the offense. Now he's got a little bit of familiarity. He's got another offensive weapon, and their defense was pretty decent. right? Their defense was pretty decent. So, and you're not wrong. The Saints haven't showed any capabilities this year.
They're looking like what's the team from that movie with Paul with Adam Sandler in it? What
The
was the
long
team called?
shots.
That's how the Saints are to look like this year. Olave got arrested, Mike Thomas got arrested. Like
Oh, the Roughnecks. There it goes.
there, yep.
Was
I
that the
knew it
team
was
name?
usually that or the Green
Something.
Machine. One of them.
Either way. Either way. Nah, I feel what you're saying. Last, you got Houston over Cincy, and I love this one. Tell me what brought you there.
No, but both of these are two teams on the up and up. The Bengals, people were writing them off after they were 0-3 start. They done won 5 straight. Um, they're hot, but there's something about this Texans team I like. Um, I'm a CJ believer, and he's going to get to go head to head versus Joe, and he's probably not ready for Joe just yet, but I think they can win this game.
I agree there. I think Houston's defense is legit. I feel like they're coming together as a unit, and CJ is something different, bro. He one of them ones.
Definitely,
Like that man is balling.
definitely balling.
Now, over on mine that I'm taking, first one off the bat was Houston 6.5 versus Cincy. I think 6.5 is a disrespectful number. You think Cincy's a whole touchdown better than Houston? I wouldn't. I didn't go so far as to say Houston outright, but I'm definitely taking them at 6.5. I think this is a field goal game. This is nip and tuck the whole way, and I wouldn't be surprised if a Cincy win involves Joe driving late rather than just like a blowout. Then I got New England +2 versus Indy, right? I don't trust Gardner Minshew at all. I don't think he's a great quarterback by any means. I think Bill does a lot of exotic things on defense that are going to confuse him. And Mac Jones is much maligned, but he's decent enough moving the ball within the 20s. I don't think Indy's going to score a lot. And so even though this is +2, I actually got New England winning this outright. What you think?
See, I was looking at the game. I was looking at the game, and I did like New England, but I don't know. I'm kind of I'm kind of skittish on them. So that's the main reason I stayed away from it.
Which I mean, I understand they haven't done a lot to instill confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
they don't look the best.
but yeah. And so it's like I'm a little scared of that one, but I still respect it.
So I got two more. The first one, Denver 7.5 versus Buffalo. Yes, Patrick Mahomes was sick, but I think Denver stumbled upon something in how they want to play. And I think Buffalo's in some serious trouble right now. I think this is a classic Josh Allen come out and go bananas game. But I think that Denver has enough to hold pace with them. I think the coaching, the culture starting to shift, is starting to take over. I don't think Buffalo wins by 8 points. I wouldn't rule out a Buffalo win. I'm not picking Denver outright, but I think that I think this is a closer game than 8 points.
I can see that.
And then my last one, you know what I got to do, bro. New York Giants +17.5 versus Dallas. Hear me out. Hear me out. I got to do it, bro. 18 points. You're telling me this game starts 18-0.
Yeah.
I got to take that. I got to take that.
So you believe in Tommy DeVito?
Here's the thing. Dallas is gonna win, right? Dallas is gonna win. I just think that, like, bro, this is his third week starting. He's been about a month in the offense. Like, the New York Giants don't have a lot of offensive options, but like, and Dak feast on these type of teams. But like, bro, you should be able to keep it within 18 points.
I mean, they should, but
Think about it this way, because I know I broke it down like this before, but think about it this way, bro. If the Giants somehow manage to get a touchdown, right? Dallas has to score 24 points. If they manage to get 2 touchdowns, Dallas has to score 32 points, right? If they manage to get 2 touchdowns and a field goal, Dallas has to score 35 points for this thing not to cash.
I mean, I
18, it's a big number. It's a big number, bro. I'm playing the math on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, the game starts 18-0.
I mean, it does. It does, but
I don't trust the quarterback. I don't trust the playmakers. I don't trust none of that, bro. It truly just is. The game starts 18-0. I'm playing the math on it.
You know how I feel about it. You know me. they make these spreads that lopsided for a reason, to bait people like you into it.
But yeah, you're probably right. I ain't gonna lie, but like, it's hard. It's hard thinking that an NFL team is that drastic a difference from another one. But like, just like we always say, like, you know, you just pointed out, they try to bait people into this. Please bet responsibly. You know what I'm saying? Don't do anything crazy or stupid.
Please don't. Please don't.
We will be back next week, right around this time, to show y'all exactly how our betting points went out. Tune in on, would it be Tuesday, right? Recording on Sunday? Well, I edit this little part out. But
yeah.
So tune in on Tuesday for the Birds of a Feather football pod, and I will be solo releasing the basketball pod later today after you hear this one. So check that one out. Y'all guys come on back. Can't wait to hear from you. This has been your boy Qcity.
Your boy Taj Bravado.
We out.
Peace.
Looking like I hit the lotto. I want a hottie like mulatto. I'm on here and she on Moscato. I'm in them good till tomorrow. I'm a robber for the Neros. Your little loss, I'ma put you on payroll. You smell that aroma? Design the air, it's a party, yeah. Papa Corona, she moving the body, she working them heels. Gotta go get it mentality. Grocery bag full of celery. Only believe half what you telling me. Keep a 20 on me, case emergency. I wake up early every morning. Thank the Lord and get the bag. Hustle hard, get the cash. Stack first, then I'm showing my ass. Gotta go get it mentality. Grocery bag full of celery. Only believe half what you telling me. Keep a 20 on me, case emergency.
My babies, that's who I grind for. That's who I do it for. Like the Navy, that's who I'm toting that iron for. Keep one in the head like a thought, nigga. Yeah, I fuck with Ty, he a boss, nigga. Foot on their neck, I exhaust, nigga. Niggas cross me, so I cross, nigga. No stripper was lit last night. 500, what it cost, nigga. Shit was really legit last night. Had them hoes at the house, nigga. Instagram, Snapchat, Triller. What they say about Jay, he a go-getter. Used to have them fat sacks in the grove, nigga. Late nights, early morning, my dough, nigga.
You smell that aroma? Design the air, it's a party, yeah. Papa Corona, she moving the body, that she working them heels. Gotta go get it mentality. Grocery bag full of celery. Only believe half what she telling me. Keep a 20